Hey guys, we're going to be doing surface area again, but it's going to be a little bit different. This is lateral surface area, okay? So go ahead and press pause, copy down the instructions here on the top. You can go ahead and copy down the first example and then press play when you are ready. All right, so you should be done copying it down. So let's go over the definitions. Lateral faces. I kind of mentioned this yesterday when we did the total surface area. Lateral faces of a prism are parallelograms that connect the bases. So your lateral faces are these, okay? Top and bottom of your bases, and the lateral faces are the ones that connect the top to the bottom, okay? So they're the rectangles that go around. So this is a rectangular prism. Lateral faces are the front and the back and the two sides, okay? Here's a triangular prism. So my base is a triangle. So usually on pictures on triangular prisms, they're going to put it like this, like a tent for you. And that's just so you can see the triangle better. But really the triangle is the base, okay? Because they need to be parallel to each other, okay? So lateral faces on a triangular prism are the three rectangles on the sides, okay? Not the bases. It's just the ones that wrap around the bases, okay? And then we also have some pyramids. So remember our square pyramid? The lateral faces are going to be the triangles, okay? The triangles around the base. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Those are the lateral faces, okay? So today for surface area, our lateral surface area, you're finding the surface area of these 4, not the base. So we are not doing the bases, okay? So in a pyramid, we don't do the base, we do all the other sides. On a triangular prism, we do the 3 rectangles around, not the triangles on top and bottom. Rectangular prism, we do the 4 rectangles around, not the top or bottom, okay? So you're doing less work for the lateral surface area. You're not doing the bases, so do not do the bases, okay? And that's what I put right here. The sum of the areas of all the lateral faces, in other words, don't do the bases, no bases. So you solve these the way we solved them yesterday. Find the area of all the lateral faces and then add them up, okay? So when they open it up to a net, so this is a net of a rectangular prism, your bases are always like the little wings, okay? They're the ones that hang out over here, okay? Those are the bases. So for the area, the lateral, I don't need those. So no bases. I'm Xing them out because I don't need them, okay? They just said lateral. So I still need to do the same things we did yesterday. So if you remember on a rectangular prism, so the bases are out, I do have the front and the back. So I'm going to put front and back just like yesterday. And then we also have the sides, okay? Here's a side. Here's another one. That's all you got to do, okay? The front, the back, and the side, not the top and bottom. That's why I X'd them out. So we're going to solve it the way we did yesterday. So we're going to do the front and back. So I always like to label front, back. It's all about being neat. I see the front and back are rectangles. And I know that formula by heart. That's base times height. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight it so we can see what numbers go with the front and the back so I don't get confused. So I'm going to do this in pink. There's the front and there's the back. Perfect. And I see here it is a 12 times over here. Well, if this one's 5, this one's 5. So these two are both 5. So this is going to be a 12 by 5. Okay, so it's going to be 12 centimeters times 5 centimeters. And you multiply it together and you get 60 centimeters squared because you're doing 12 centimeters times 5 centimeters. 12 times 5 is 60. Centimeter times centimeter is centimeter squared. Okay, now, sorry about that. We have 2. We have a front and a back. So to find the total area, we're going to do 2 times 60 because I have a front and a back. So that's 2 sides. And so this is going to give me 120 centimeters squared. Okay? So this part is done. Now let's go to the other ones. Okay? Now we have the sides. And we have two sides, and if I'm looking at them here, they are also rectangles. So go ahead and write rectangle. And go ahead and write the formula you know, okay? Got it? Rectangle is base and height. And now I'm gonna go ahead and get my highlighter here. I see that it overlaps this pink one, and that was a 12. And over here, well, I'm just gonna follow the one that's on this side, and that's also a 5. So luckily the base on this rectangular prism was a square, so everything was pretty much equal, okay? So this is gonna be another 12 by 5. Now, had I really seen and really thought about this and known that this was a square, then that would have told me that all of these are the exact same size. So I could have just done 12 by 5, and then instead of multiplying by 2, you can multiply it by 4. You get the same answer, okay? Or like I showed you yesterday, you could have done a 12 by 5, 10, 15, 20, a 12 by 20. That's going to get you the answer too, okay? So however your brain thinks about it, use that, okay? Use it. Just remember on this one, we're not doing the bases, okay? I love how all of our brains think differently. So it's not a wrong way, it's just another way, okay? So now to find the total area, I have the two sides. So 2 times 60, okay? And that's because I have side 1 and side 2, the exact same. So that's going to give me a total area of 120 centimeters again. Okay? Now, to find the lateral, area, we're going to add 120 plus 120, which gives us 240 centimeters squared. And my centimeters stay squared here because I'm just adding them. That's all I'm doing. So it doesn't change the unit. Okay, so 240 centimeters squared. Had you done it, if you did the 12 by 5, 10, 15, 20, a 12 by 20 gets you 240. If you saw that all these were going to be the same because it's a square base, you would have done 160 times 4 gets you 240. So however your brain thinks, you're right. Do it, okay? Try it out, and you're going to get the same answer, all right, on any of those problems. The main thing here is if you see lateral, you're not doing the bases, okay? All right, let's go into our pyramid. Go ahead and copy that down. It is our square pyramid. Now, I'm not an artist by no means, so however you can do it the best, that's fine. So this means a square base and triangular lateral faces. Go ahead and press pause if you need to copy it. And press play when you're ready. All right. So on a pyramid, really, on any pyramids, unlike the prisms, whose bases are over here on the outside like little wings, on a pyramid, so I only have one base. It's going to be the one at the bottom, and then you're going to have the triangles coming out of it like a flower, okay? So this is the base, which means for a lateral area, I don't need it, okay? I don't need to find the area of that one. I do need the numbers associated with that square, but I don't need to find the area, okay? So I see my faces here. Luckily for me, this is a square pyramid, which means all the triangles are the same. If it was a rectangular pyramid, only the front and back would be the same and the two sides would be the same because opposite sides are equal. But a square means everything's equal, okay? So we're good here. So I'm just gonna do lateral faces. And again, they're all the same because the base is a square. If it was a rectangle, you'd have 2 the same size, another 2 the same size, okay? But we're lucky we got a square. So I see that my lateral faces here are triangles. Okay, and what do the tricky triangles make you do? Divide by 2, don't forget that, okay? The formula here is half the base times the height. half the base times the height, okay? And I'll do these in green. So here are all my lateral faces. And they're all the same, so I'm going to color them all the same. Okay. And I see that one of my numbers here, the base is a 3. All the bases are the 3. So I'm going to write that in. So don't forget the 1/2. Base is 3. And the height, here's my height. Remember, it has to be that perfect perpendicular line to the base. And it's right there. Okay, and that's a 2. All right. And now we solve. So 3 times 2 is 6. And half of 6 is 3. And we're in centimeters squared. Okay. 3 centimeters squared. Now to find the total, actually, you know what? No, because this one, that's all I have. That's pretty much it. I'm done. Okay. So then to find the lateral area, okay, I know one of these is 3, but how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 of them that are all 3 centimeters squared. So 4 times 3 is 12 centimeters squared. Okay, so the lateral area is 12 because each one of these triangles has a surface area, has an area of 3 centimeters. So 3, 6, 9, 12. You're done. Okay, don't do the base. You're done. Now, if I wanted the total area, I would include it. But if it said lateral, you're just doing the spaces and you're good. Okay, you got that down? Okay. So let's go ahead and try this one out. Here's our triangular prism. Remember, do not do the bases, so you're not going to do the flaps. Don't do the wings, okay? Go ahead and press pause and then press play when you're ready. All right, let's see how I did. So hopefully you saw that these were the bases, and I don't need those. Gone. Okay. And so I'm going to do the faces. It looks like this one's a 5, 5. Looks like they're all the same. Okay, all of these are 5. So I have rectangles. So I'm just going to put faces here. And that they are all rectangles. And I know that formula, base times height. And now I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. And if you need to highlight it, I see that here, oop, hits a 10. It's a 5. So it's a 10 by 5, which gives me 50 inches squared. And now to find the lateral area, we're going to take this 50, and I have 1, 2, 3. 3 faces times 50 inches squared each gives me a grand total of 150 square inches. Okay, so it's just like yesterday, except no bases. So you do one less. Okay, less work, right? Okay, any questions, please come to the Google Meet. Okay, I'll be happy to answer them for you and go over some of the assignments, some of the questions from the assignments. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.